This story is called The Two Travelers and the Farmer. One spring day, a farmer went out to work in his fields. The seedlings were sprouting, but so were the weeds, and so he brought along his hoe. As he chopped away at the weeds, he happened to notice out of the corner of his eye a traveler coming down the road, down the hill from the mountains, along that road that went through the plains and went right past the farmer's field. As he worked, the farmer watched the traveler approach. The traveler stopped at the farmer's field. "Could you tell me," asked the traveler, "what are the people like in the next town along the road?" "Where are you coming from?" asked the farmer, answering a question with a question. "I am coming from that town back there in the mountains, back up the road," said the traveler. "And how did you find the people living there?" asked the farmer. "Well," said the traveler, "I didn't have much money and I needed a job. But I looked and looked, and no one in that town would trust me with a job. I had to find shelter in an abandoned barn, and with what little money I had, I bought some food, but the bread was moldy and the water was stale. I was glad to leave that place." "Well," said the farmer, "I'm afraid that you will find that the people in the next town are much the same." Sighed the traveler, and tipping his hat to the farmer, he went on his way. The farmer went back to work, chopping his weeds. Some time later, the farmer stopped to rest. He put his chin on his hands, on the handle of his hoe, and he watched as another traveler came down the road from the mountains, down the hill, walking closer and closer. Finally, the traveler reached the farmer's field, and he too stopped. "Excuse me," he tipped his hat to the farmer, "I wonder if you could tell me what the people are like in the next town." Now the traveler took his handkerchief out of his pocket and wiped his face. The farmer asked, "Where are you coming from?" "I'm coming from that town back up the road," said the traveler, "the town in the mountains." "And how did you find the people there?" asked the farmer. "Well," said the traveler, "I didn't have much money and I needed a job. I couldn't find one right away. But while I was looking, one of the people in the town kindly offered me the use of the spare room in their house. And they invited me to share their meals with them. In a few days, I found a good job and enjoyed working among these kind and generous people. I was sorry to leave the place." "Well," said the farmer, "have no fear, for I think you will find that the people in the next town are much the same." "Thank you," said the traveler, and tipping his hat once again, he walked on down the road, and the farmer went back to chopping his weeds.